All right, so let's talk about the ongoing weather pattern here. After we saw a little break in the action over the weekend in some areas, we are looking at a big spin back here to the west. This is another storm system that is moving to the east, and already, as of Monday evening, more storms breaking out over here along the high plains and into the north where a front is. Now, tomorrow, this front and storm system will be down into our area, down into North Texas and through a good part of Oklahoma with its trailing cold front here, and that's going to give a better chance for storms to places further east as we get into Tuesday. And with the way the weather pattern looks, once again, there will be some strong to severe storms by early to mid-afternoon here. Our main concern, especially when you get into this time of the year, is going to be gusty winds, some hail, heavy rainfall, and a very underrated severe weather aspect, which is not technically classified in the severe thunderstorm criteria here, but a very underrated weather hazard is lightning strikes. I think on Sunday over the weekend, there were 5 people struck by lightning in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So if you're close enough to hear thunder, you're close enough to be struck by lightning. Get inside until these storms have passed. And again, the best chances for this will be starting early to mid-afternoon and then lasting into tomorrow evening. Here is the high-resolution future tracker, or future radar, I should say. And you can see those storms across the Panhandle moving into western parts of Oklahoma this evening and into tonight. And then there are those storms trying to head in tomorrow morning. But what's going to happen is those storms that are back in the Panhandle are going to weaken as they move into Oklahoma and Texas. But they're going to leave a leftover thunderstorm boundary somewhere in the region here. And that could be a focal point for some storms to ignite again tomorrow afternoon. You can see them popping up there by early to mid-afternoon. And initially, those storms could contain a little hail. And then as they begin to kind of bunch up and line out, they become more of a wind producer and a small hail producer. And of course, when you get this many storms, there could be some flooding activity. You can see those strong storms by mid to late afternoon, early evening there across parts of northwest Texas, along the front across central Oklahoma. And then we get into tomorrow evening, and those storms build south and eastward towards the Metroplex. And once again, there could be some strong to severe storms with that area mid to late evening on Tuesday. And with all those storms, flooding could be a concern. Now, there's a front that's going to be pushing through by early on Wednesday morning, and I think it'll take a lot of the storms and push them to the south. And that might take the rain chances out of the mix for Wednesday, but more rain chances are set to return. And if you look, some of our weather information really showing some hefty rainfall amounts, especially up here in Oklahoma, as we head into the a good part of this week and even the weekend. Some areas could exceed 6 inches up that way. So another soaker. And if we do wind up seeing this much rain, what happens is it all rains and it all falls on top of each other and saturated grounds and whatnot, and you wind up with flooding. So that front brings storms on Tuesday, then storms perhaps maybe shift to the south on Wednesday there. But as we get into Thursday, Friday, and even the weekend here, there's going to be another storm system approaching from the west, and it's going to be a slow mover, and that's going to set the stage with more humidity creeping up from the Gulf here. And this is going to set the stage for more daily or nightly chances for storms. The way things are in this type of pattern, you usually see them develop back to the west during the day, and then at night and in the morning they track to the east here. And your main concern with those is usually gusty winds, smaller hail with those, and also some very, very heavy rainfall. Right now, it looks like another threat could come into play maybe Thursday evening or Thursday night, and then maybe again Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and then off and on over the weekend. And, of course, with this type of weather pattern, it's going to be very, very humid.